psychiatric facility. The Pretoria High Court will today hear details. A report of the murder accused's mental health. The gripping murder trial, which started in March, has seen detailed evidence of the night the Paralympian shot and killed his model girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp. Well, we're now going to cross live to our reporter, Chriselda Lewis, who is outside the court as always, as she has been for the last couple of months, really. Good morning to you, Chriselda. Thanks for joining us.
Well, a very good morning to you, Eben.
Chriselda, a quick update. What's the expectation today?
Well, Eben, just a few seconds before you came to me here in Pretoria, Oscar Pistorius has arrived here at the North Gauteng High Court after being evaluated for 30 days at the Westkopje Psychiatric Hospital as an outpatient. As you rightly pointed out, that we're expecting details today of that psychiatric evaluation report. What was Oscar Pistorius' true state of mind on the morning that he shot and killed Reeva Steenkamp? We understand that Oscar Pistorius had completed his last session with doctors on the 20th of June, and that family and friends had also been interviewed. So basically, Oscar Pistorius' behavior, you heard during the trial previously that Oscar Pistorius had said that he'd been having nightmares after the incident associated with Reeva Steenkamp. So basically, that's what we're expecting to take place inside court today, and also for the defense to call one of its latest witnesses. You heard previously, before the case had been postponed, that defense advocate Barry Roo had indicated that he had about 4 witnesses to take the stand before he wrapped his case. So we're expecting one of those witnesses to take the stand possibly today or even tomorrow.
Chriselda, are we now in the final leg of this trial, and what is the expectation? Is it another week, 2 weeks? How many witnesses are still ahead of us?
Well, yeah, but it certainly looks like it is the last leg of this trial. Of course, if we're not in for another one of the surprises, I mean, the testimony of Dr. Merrill Foster, which saw Oscar Pistorius being referred to a mental institution, certainly that was not what we were expecting as journalists here outside court. So it certainly looks like it is the last leg of the trial, and we're expecting about 4 more witnesses. Advocate Barry Roo had indicated so before the case had been postponed. So I'm not sure exactly what time frame, of course, to put through that, because we still have to go through the cross-examination of those witnesses by the state prosecutor, Gerrie Nel. So in terms of a time frame, we're not certain at this stage, Eben.
And just looking behind you there, Chriselda, it looks as if interest has petered out a little bit in this case, hasn't it? Especially international media interest.
Well, yeah, but there is still quite a strong media contingent outside here. I mean, the Oscar Pistorius murder trial is certainly one of the trials that has been, watched throughout the world. But I would say for budgetary constraints in the majority, by international media, certainly the interest will pick up again once it is judgment. But as for now, some of the international media houses have decided to scale back because of budgetary constraints. Certainly there'd been a break for 30 days, of course, to allow for the evaluation of the athlete. But certainly, the more interesting the case becomes, and the details of that report should spark interest in this trial once again.
Finally, Chriselda, if you had to put a time frame on it, when do you expect judgment?
Well, that is very, very difficult to speculate on at this stage, yeah. But certainly what we want to first see this morning is the direction which this trial will take this morning. Of course, we're expecting that report to be handed into court. That's the psychiatric evaluation report, and certainly from there we'll have an indication towards which way this case is going, and whether the first witnesses will be called today or tomorrow, and when exactly the defense plans to wrap up its case. And certainly then we'll have an indication when judgment might be.
Thank you very much, Chriselda Lewis, as always, keeping us up to date as to how this story is developing. It is a developing story. It's back in court today after 30 days of psychiatric observation. So if you want more detail, of course, we'll go there a little bit live, or live a little bit later, rather, in about 25 minutes' time.